Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be using a triple anti-Talonflame team. Let's get into the battles. I'm using double water in the lead and also a dragon in the back, and see how it goes. Clearly, this team has its own weakness, being Dendeni and also Lantern, Alolan Graveler, and also one Stunfisk can also give this team a hard time. However, I'm using this team just trying to get some Talonflames and see how it goes. Here, I'm lucky enough to get to this Shadow Ball, see if the opponents use a shield. They use the shield, I'm okay. If they don't, I'm okay with that too. At the earlier stages of the battles, I prefer to have shield advantage over switch advantage, except if I'm pretty sure if I lose the switch, I will be in huge trouble. Now, I believe I used the shield here, even though the opponent used the Shadow Ball, that's good. Even though if they actually use a Avalanche, Pelipper is so frail that will still do a lot of damage to Pelipper, due to Pelipper has a partial flying type, and also it's water, so water resists ice, and also flying is weak to ice. And this Pelipper is really frail. It's ranked 703 in the Great League, so that's pretty bad. Now, Altaria having a positive matchup with Vigoroth. Altaria is super bulky. This particular one is ranked Great League 38, so it has really decent bulk to it. However, I got this one before Community Day, so it doesn't have the Community Day move Moonblast on it. I'm running Dragon Pulse. In this meta, I find it's okay to run Dragon Pulse. It doesn't make a huge difference, because in the Holiday Cup, the most popular dark type you are going to see is Obstagoon. And the Obstagoon usually runs counter and is fast move, so that's in favor of Altaria. Now, I switched to my Jellicent. This is a positive match for me because Lapras only has ice, water, and normal types moves. None of these moves can do super effective damage to Jellicent, and Jellicent has really good bulk, so I'm in a really good place here. See if the opponent want to shield, they use the shield, I'm okay. At this point, I'm at a very good place with 2 shields up, and the opponent doesn't really have 1 shield. Now, the opponent switched to Diggersby, trying to take me out with a Fire Punch. I'm not quite sure if a Fire Punch would be enough to take out the Jellicent, being is resisted, and Jellicent is super bulky. However, I still use the shield because I have quite a bit of energy on my Jellicent, and if later on I want to switch my Jellicent in and throw some energy at the opponent, I will probably need a little bit of health left to give me the time to be able to throw the moves. And then, as you can see there, I don't know what happened, the game just quitted itself during the battle. I mean, the game quits itself quite often nowadays. I don't know what is going on, but it never happened during the actual battle. It's always right before or after the battle, and I was like, oh, what is going on? So I popped back in straight away. It seems like the opponent didn't gain too much energy or didn't cause too much damage to my Altaria, and then they used a Earthquake on my Altaria. I don't know if it's a misclick or something. It's really odd. Like, I got 2 Pokemon throwing like a nuke Earthquake move, like a nuke ground moves on my Flyers. So I don't know if it's like a coincidence of like 2 battlers making the same mistake, or am I battling like robots? I don't know, like I'm not on the inside of Niantic, and I don't know how this works. Okay, let's get into the next battle. Here, Pelipper versus Wigglytuff. I would say this is a not too bad, not too good matchup for Pelipper. If you farm all the way to Hurricane, which is a hard-hitting move, and then throw a Weather Ball, chances are the opponent is going to be using a shield just in case you actually throw the Hurricane. And I'm happy to let the opponent take out my Pelipper. Being Pelipper is really frail in the first place, and it just cannot get to 3 Weather Balls. So throwing 2 Weather Balls, make the opponent use a shield. That's all what I expect from my Pelipper. Then the opponent switched to Talonflame. I was like, oh, cool. Finally, we see a Talonflame. This whole team has really dominating matchup with Talonflame, being 2 waters and a dragon. The only thing you need to be aware of is Talonflame does have access to Brave Bird, which will do a lot of damage because my 3 Pokemons actually don't have resistance to flying type moves. Let's see what happens now. I'm not too concerned about Unova Stunfisk being... Well, technically, all 3 of my Pokemons have OK match with Unova Stunfisk. I have a dragon. It's a flying dragon, so it takes neutral from electric moves, but Altaria is really bulky, so that's not too bad for me. And also, I'm using double water, even though my water types are taking super effective damages from electric. But because Unova Stunfisk is partially ground, so I can at least deal super effective damage back at it. Now let's get into the next battle. And when I saw this configurators, I was like, oh, this is problematic, and I made a huge mistake there. I should have thrown a Weather Ball, and when I was trying to get to Hurricane, and then I realized that I just couldn't. That Shadow Ball did too much damage, but when I realized that it was at a point of no return, I just didn't have enough time to actually throw the Weather Ball, and I was just taken out, like all the energy just wasted. I almost got to the Hurricane, which was devastating. And at this point, I was like, oh, what should I do? And then the opponent switched in a Vigoroth. I was like, oh, this Vigoroth is the savior of the situation, because not only that my team is triple anti-Talonflame, it's also a triple anti-counter team. I got 2 flyers and also a Ghost. So Ghost double resists flying type. I believe Ghost is a really good typing because it's the only typing in the game that has 2 double resistances, being fighting and normal. And the Ghost pretty much hits everything for neutral, so it's a really good move, and it's a really good typing, in my opinion. Now, I decided to spend a shield because Configurators usually has like a Shadow Ball and also Dark Pulse or Psychic, so it's really easy for them to take me out. And then I decided to throw a Shadow Ball back, because if I throw a Bubble Beam, that definitely doesn't kill Configurators. Is really bulky, and I will take a lot of damage from the Shadow Claw if I don't take the Configurators out immediately. Now, another positive matchup with the Talonflame. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just really happy to have matchup with the Talonflames. That's the whole purpose of this team, honestly. Like, I don't dislike counter users, but I really don't enjoy matchups with Talonflame. That's the whole purpose of this team. And as you can see there, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this team clearly has core breakers, being Lantern, one of them. Lantern being a water electric types, pretty much like a it basically it was Pelipper. It has a super positive matchup with Jellicent, and it can also give Altaria a really hard time. So the reason being, Lantern is partially electric. Electric resists flying type moves, and the only good charge move on Altaria is Sky Attack. Dragon Pulse is a mediocre move, so if you are in a situation where your main damage is reliant on Dragon Pulse, it's really not that favorable. And the other call breaker, like so difficult call breaker, is Dendini. I didn't see any Dendinis in the matchups I played with this team. However, Dendini is a electric fairy, so it easily beats my Altaria, being fairy resist dragon, and electric resist flying. Also it's a flying also it's a electric time, and it has access to thunder shock and also discharge, so it's really good against my flyers and my water. Okay, I'm really happy that I got a 4-1 using this team. Clearly this is a meme team with obvious problems, and using this team is sometimes like asking for trouble, but I'm just playing for fun. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.